bring in Botakoz Kassymbekova. She's a professor in history at the University of Basel. She joins us now live from Switzerland. Botakoz, good to speak with you. I'd like to take on this conversation with a little bit more of a historical perspective. It could be said that Russia perhaps lost its title of being one of the two legitimate superpowers after the fall of the Soviet Union back in the early 1990s. In the context of its attack on Ukraine, how would you classify Russia? Where is it today? I mean, is it a full-fledged empire?
Yes, it is. I would argue it is an empire. And I think this is one of the mistakes that has been done in after the collapse of the Soviet Union. Russia was accepted as a successor of the Soviet Union. It received its seat on the UN Security Council. And I think a lot of people did not understand that Russia has to undergo de-imperialization process. That didn't take place. Russia was simply accepted as a superpower. Ukraine, Belarus, and Kazakhstan were forced to give away nuclear armament because nobody could understand that Russia will remain and will try to become an empire again. And that kind of misunderstanding was a historical mistake because the US, Europe thought that the Soviet Union was simply a dictatorship. And once the dictatorship is not there anymore, Russia will simply become a democratic state like any other European state. That did not take place. Western countries oversaw a lot of the tendencies, did not take serious measures, and this is the reason we came to the situation that we have today.
Okay. You talked about there being a lot of misunderstanding. I see your point of view, and when you look at sort of Moscow's perspective, it had voiced in the lead up to this invasion its, quote, legitimate grievances about Western disregard for Russian sensitivities, and you briefly touched upon it. Let's discuss this. I mean, did they have any other choice, you think, regarding Ukraine, or was it sort of act now until it was too late?
Well, the choice, of course, first of all, is giving away nuclear weapons to Russia, transferring them for security guarantees. That was probably the first mistake. The second mistake was invasion of Chechnya, the genocidal war against Chechnya, and looking at it as an internal problem within Russia, closing eyes onto that because Russia is still an empire. We think that it is a federation, but in fact, it is a colonial empire still. So these are the two mistakes that led to the situation today. What could have been done? Well, first of all, not giving up the nuclear arms to Russia, to look at to raise the question of, the sovereignties of the republics within Russia. Russia was stealing kind of the sovereignty throughout the 90s and 2000s from its republics, which were the signs that, the sovereignty of neighbors and sovereignties of republics within Russia will not be respected. So these were clear signs, but, they were overseen.
Okay. Okay. Botakoz Kassymbekova, thank you very much for speaking with us. It's always good to hear a historian's perspective on current events.